Hi everyone, so this is going to be your reading for today. This is a timeless reading. Yeah, I went ahead and pulled your cards and I just been sitting here trying to see what was going on. I pulled the oracle cards just a moment ago, and it validates what I feel the tarot cards are saying. This is kind of showing me where you are, where you're going, and where you are essentially is saying the confusion, the secret, and then where you're going is Mother Mary. And like, I'm getting hot all of a sudden. I'm getting really, really hot. And I feel pent-up energy. Like, let's move this out of the way, and then we'll kind of, it'll explain itself in a moment. But we have the Devil and the Five of Pentacles, and I've attached those two together, and I've attached the Three of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands together here. And it kind of feels like pent-up energy where you have a lot to offer, you have a lot to give, you have a lot to say, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of just information. Like, generally speaking, there's just a lot of your light, but it feels repressed. And your guardian angels are saying to, it's a couple of things. It's a couple of things of, take responsibility, like personal responsibility of, like, why you're holding yourself back, or where you've been held back. So even if it feels like with the Devil, if this is literally speaking an attachment to like another person, or, you know, could be false promises or empty, something that kind of fell through, like where you took part in this, but also the light aspect of that as well. Like, address the light aspect of, like, what did you gain from this? What did you learn from this? How did that experience support you rather than just take from you or hold you back in some way? And also, don't really look at it necessarily, or don't hang on to the idea that you've been held back or you've been unsupported. Make sure to address that you have space to progress, and you have the time to do this, and you have the energy, and you have the information, the knowledge here. The other thing they want to point out is the sense of overwhelm. And so, like, even with getting hot and like stressed, maybe you're just like, again, pent up energy. It's a lot of pent up energy. And if you look at the background here that I was drawn to, it's probably, from your point of view, a little bit more difficult to look at the cards because of all the different colors. So that's kind of a representation of what your guides are pointing out, of the overwhelm. And like, looking at the bigger picture gets very confusing when you're trying to look at everything at once. But when you look at it in more of the details, there's something about this where, instead of like overwhelming yourself with all of the information, or like something about what happened or what has happened and how it feels vast. It's like I'm thinking about everything. I'm like paying attention to everything. Like, look at the details, and that's a way to calm your mind and also just see it in a different perspective, like a different way, right? Like, pay attention. Okay, let's start with the colors. So we have different yellows, we have greens, we have blues. Let's look at the detail. What does each little picture Like what is each little thing, right? Focus, like go minimal here and focus on the details of everything that's kind of happening in your life. And a lot, and an accumulation, that's what I'm getting. So there's this accumulation, something that you've acquired a lot of, and that's also where this overwhelm is coming from. It's like I have a lot of this stuff, and there's something that it's this feeling of like I need to get rid of it, or I need to get it moving. So it feels stale or feels stagnant. So this stuff, or maybe it's a person, like whatever it is, that there's like it's too much. And that's where that confusion comes in here. That's where that confusion comes in. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I see this as like holding it, not hoarding, but you're holding close to you something that, like, when you release this, it's going to do a lot of good for not just you, but like the energy around you. Like, it's just going to change the energy because you're releasing this. The secret here is it's tied to the past, is how I feel. So what we're talking about with all of this, it does seem like it's something tied to the past, which kind of makes sense, because it's like if you're accumulating something, or you're like holding on to something, or it's like kind of like growing within you, or like growing within your, I don't know, some like small thing about you, like in your home or whatever, I don't know, or like a relationship, like it's growing in that, but then it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not flourishing, like it doesn't leave the house. Or it's like if you're in a connection with someone and it never leaves like a certain stage, or it's not like you're doing things that maybe would feel like it's progressing, but it's like you're self-stunting. But there's a reason for that. Like, there's a reason why you've self-stunted. And your guardian angels, again, so take ownership of where you've played a part in this, whether it's directly or indirectly. Like, there could be this feeling of not being good enough, or like something in the past tied to like your childhood, or some impactful experience that has created a narrative of what you're deserving of, right? Another example would be like if there's literally so many things in your home and it's preventing you from doing the things that you want to do, because it's like, oh, well, I have to clean up, or I have to step around this kind of stuff. So it's acknowledging, well, why am I holding on to this stuff? Like, what is it internally that makes me feel that I'm not deserving, or I'm not ready to do what I want to do, because I'm allowing myself to have these obstacles in front of me and not getting rid of them, not putting them where they need to be, things like that, right? Or I'm giving it more energy, or more time, or more attention than what I'm truly passionate about. So take ownership, take accountability, be aware of it. I mean, it's like you are aware, but I think just what I had just said, maybe there's a part of that you weren't really necessarily addressing or aware of completely. And then also see the good that it brought you. Look at the positives of what it brought you, and what it's showing you that you are. Maybe it pushed you out of your comfort zone, right? Maybe you, like, if we're talking about things, it's like maybe you accumulated things that can really help other people, you know, and that's showing you that you can branch out and donate, like directly donate to people, or you are going to use it to, you know, start some other creative project, or it's something that is actually quite meaningful to you once you really put it in a place that allows it to be used in the way that you had originally wanted it to, right? So if you look at a relationship too, it's like, well, what did they teach me? Did they teach me that my feelings are valid? You know, did they teach me that I can reach a certain, you know, milestone in my life? Like, look at the positives in this as well, because it's important that you recognize that victory in this, because it's not a despair, it's a victory. And it just seems like there's a part of you that you have been like throwing away. It's like maybe you feel like no one will see value in it, or there is no potential, or it's too late. There's like something that I get the sense of like throwing away. And your guardian angels are like, don't do that. Like, don't throw it away. Like, bring it back up. Like, bring the light back up to the surface. Let it out. It's like you're letting it out by your drain, like down the drain. Don't take it down the drain, go up with the light. Go up with the energy. And with Mother Mary, what I see happening is like you actually doing that. It's a sense, like with Mother Mary, a sense of surrender and acceptance. It's almost like giving in, right? It's like, if you think about like Mother Mary and Jesus, and it's like, well, I'm giving myself up, or I'm like giving in to what this is. And then I see it like repeated with Jesus, where it's like there's maybe like, I'm hearing the word competition, so this doesn't have necessarily to do with this example, but there's like competition somewhere in what I'm talking about with regards to you that you've perceived. And it's not really competition. It's not competition. And then I'm seeing like competition to completion. So it's like, I'm just gonna get over it being competitive. I'm not gonna look at this as in a competitive way. I'm not gonna put so much pressure on this. I'm just gonna let it be. Like, I give up. And that's kind of the space that you need to be, but you need to give up in a good way. Like, don't you just give up this completely, whatever this is. And this also means like, okay, if it's a negative person, it's like, I'm just gonna let them go. It's like you're gonna let go of this negative energy, right? So it's not like I give up and I stay with this negative energy, or it's like if I have a bunch of stuff cluttered in my life, it's like I'm not gonna just let it go and just continue to accumulate clutter. It's like I'm gonna let it go and just get rid of everything, or I'm gonna get rid of this person. Like, I'm just gonna get it out of my life, out of this box. I'm seeing it like a home, so I'm like getting it out of this box. And so from there, that's where that surrender comes in. And it's like, I'm just going to keep going with it. Like, it is what it is. And it's also like this feeling again, I just get drawn so much to this woman here. And it's like, she's just so happy and in her element and so beautiful. And there's also a sense of serenity here, like serene and trust and admiration. Even with this cat, this kitty cat looks like Amelie to me. She's the feral cat that I had that had the two babies, and she is like, I was talking to her the other day and I was like, I'm so grateful for you. Like, you helped me see this other side of cats, because I just it never occurred to me like cats could be like super aggressive and crazy, especially with kittens. Like, she let me handle her cats. She's let me like learn to pick her up and hold her and kiss her. Like she's straight up feral. Like she's just such a sweetheart. She was just very scared, right? But this cat looks like her to me, reminds me of her. And it's such an honor. Like, if I was this woman, it would be such an honor to have Amelie, like, willingly sit there like this. And she's, like, looking out at, like, me. So it's, like, looking out at others, like, looking out at the viewer. But the way that I'm seeing, like, this cat in this image and what it represents is, like, it's like your intuition. It's, like, your or like another side. It's like your higher self, kind of like, it's like a blend of your higher self. It's like your spirit. It's like you all have all eyes open as a spirit. So when you focus on your joy and you focus on like alleviating what feels like it's restricting you, then you also are simultaneously having all eyes on your surroundings. So there's like a protective element with that, but it's more of just like the awareness, right? So the protection is just being aware. So you are going to be aware and continue to be aware of any pitfalls that may occur, because like when you're following this expression of self, it really builds you. And I don't know, it's like it's creating a structure around you is what I'm saying. It's like I just feel so light and self-assured and at peace, like with myself. I feel at peace with myself, and I feel happy, and I feel like I'm living a purposeful life, like knowingly. It's like I know my purpose. Like, I don't want to say like you weren't living a purposeful life, because I do feel that you were. It's like you're maybe, it's not necessarily you're more in tune. It's just you're more at ease. You're more at peace. It's like very happy, right? It's that surrender, right? And you think, going back to that, like Mother Mary and surrendering to the acceptance, like, okay, well, then Jesus is the Son of God, you know? It's like, okay, oh dear, that's like a big role, right? And then it's the acceptance of like what happened to Jesus. And it seems as if it can be very trying on someone's spirit, but because of that strong belief and trust in what it is, then there lies that power. And also she's created that firm foundation, and also the vessel that Jesus had come through, right? And so I'm seeing you simultaneously as Mother Mary and Jesus, where, figuratively speaking, where it's like you're the creator and the created, and you are the foundation, the rock, and you're the spirit and the inspiration. So your guardian angels really want you to look at the connecting elements with that. They really want you to look at the collective element, the connecting and the collective element, because when I started on that, they kept showing me fireflies, and like in May, I'm thinking about May in the Carolinas, the fireflies. There's like a unique species of fireflies, and they light synchronicity. They synchronize their blinking, I believe. You have a unique expression. You have something unique to say. And then when I look down, then I actually don't see the fireflies. I'm seeing the fireflies in these two. The Devil and the Hermit. And I see them both being the same card. They're both a hermit, but the hermit like reversed in some ways and upright. So it's like reversed as the devil would be to be so pulled into self, like really hermiting more than you need to be, like hermiting in a form of self-sabotage or like it was self-sacrificial is what I heard. So it's almost this feeling like I'm doing people a favor by just not being out there. I'm not going to attend these things, you know, because I'm doing people a favor. I'm not doing all this whatever. Like, it's like I'm stepping back and I'm doing people a favor for it. And it's like, absolutely not. No. Because this entire time there's always been someone watching you. And not to like be creepy about it, I don't know if this is like an actual person. I think it's kind of like, it is both. I think it's both. Because I was gonna say, because Mother Mary like comes through very strongly of this, so it's like literally Mother Mary or like just these higher beings or your guides and guardian angels of always seeing you. Like, it's like you're never gonna be alone anywhere. It's like a passed away loved one, someone who's crossed over, or loved ones. But it's also this feeling of like people, it doesn't really matter. It's like people always, like, it's not like you've never been out in society. Like, people always think about you, people always remember you, you've left an impact. And it's like, even just like your energy, like, you know how sometimes like people will comment online? Have you ever had like someone get onto your like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever like people use now, and then someone's like talking to you or following you or like whatever, and you know who it is, right? And they're using a fake account. Like, that's happened to me before in the past, and it'll be like, sometimes it'll even be my friends, and I'm like, I know it's you, like trying to like trick me. And then of course like they admit it. It's like, you know, right? And so it's kind of the same energy where it's like, even if you're trying to be an anonymous, it's like your energy is so clear and identifiable that you're unforgettable. So even as like isolated as you may have been or are, you're not exactly isolated, because people are still reaching for your energy. Like, people are still craving that, like in a positive way, not in a creepy way. But you know, with that kind of influence here, then I can see how like creepy behavior can kind of find its way into that, because there is like that addictive element to you as well. I can see this kind of also as people being jealous, or like people feeling like they're in competition with you or they're not enough. You know, it's like, how can I measure up to this kind of person? But this would be covert. I don't know if they would necessarily express this kind of stuff to you. I mean, most people don't, unless it gets to like a severe state. But I can see that kind of following you, or like even not being, people not wanting to open up or feel trusted around you, because then they see you as competition. So it's like an isolating feeling, you know, where it's like not having friendships kind of flourish because of that. So I can see how this like kind of evolves here, and also kind of gives depth to maybe why there is a feeling of withholding self. It's like, well, then I'm doing other people a favor, but in don't do that anymore. You're not going to do that. Actually, I think I know your guides are confirming this. So it's more of like, I think you know this already, or you're already doing it. But Mother Mary with the surrender is what I see. It's like, just surrender. I mean, you think about even her being such an important figure. I mean, even with Catholicism, they like pray to her, you know, and honor her as the Blessed Mother. So it's that same thing where it's like, don't shy away from your glory. Like, you are who you are. You have incarnated into who you are and have all of these abilities and the access to what you can grow and continue to kind of flourish in. So just allow your experience in this lifetime to be such, because, you know, this I just saw like I saw a temple, and it's not, it is you as a temple, but I see reality as a temple for you, and you are not granted access to, but like you belong in the temple. What is it called? Like you are responsible for the temple. Like you are you know, like you're the king or queen of this temple. Right? You're the god or goddess of this temple. And but I'm seeing this as like the world, like the reality, not just the world. I just like because it's like the now, like you belong, and you are you for a big reason. You get it? You feel me? Okay, so I heard a song. I'll link it down below. I don't need to sing a lyric, okay? It's Only Hope. It's Many More. I'm hearing that. So that's what I'm seeing for y'all for today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye.